Hello everyone, Crystal Lynn here. Welcome to my channel, Tuning into Love. I am so grateful that you're here. Thank you for joining me. I have a very special pick a card for all of you. This is a message from your higher self, advice that you need to hear right now, a message that your higher self has for you. To just affirm your intuition, your inner knowing, and give you some guidance moving forward. I know a lot of us are going through spiritual awakenings and a lot of changes are happening. And so this message is to bring some relief to your heart and spirit and just affirm that you're on the right track. You're on your path and anything your higher self wants you to know right now moving forward. So we have groups 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take a moment if you need to just take a deep breath, clear your mind for a moment, and just tune into your spirit, your heart, and whichever group you're feeling drawn to first is the message for you. And you may be drawn to more than one, but the one you have the strongest calling towards, that's definitely the message for you. So I'll put timestamps in the descriptions, but I just wanted to thank you so much for joining me, for your time and energy, for walking this path of love with me, and for being here. You know, I'm truly grateful to be a messenger for those who are meant to receive these messages. Um, and if you resonate with these messages, please subscribe if you haven't already. I so appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, your shares, sharing those with those that would benefit from these messages. I really appreciate all of you, and I feel truly, truly honored and blessed to be here with you. So definitely check out my Patreon page too if you are resonating with me, because I've got some new things going on over there, and I'm just so grateful to share with you all. So let's get into the reading today. We'll start with group 1. I'm going to set these off to the side here. Okay. All right, group 1. So for those of you who chose group 1, let's see what your message is from your higher self, something that your higher self really needs you to hear right now. And hopefully any guidance or wisdom that you can tune into to help you move forward, okay? I'm just going to see what's going on here and lay them all out. Do it like this. Okay. See what we got going on here. Give me just a moment to kind of tune in. Make sure you can see all those cards on the camera. Okay. So group 1, what I'm really feeling from your higher self is that your higher self is acknowledging that you've been in this feeling of a lot of mental anxiety, a lot of stress, possibly feeling stuck in the mud, not moving forward. You've had a lot of just mental anxiety, a lot of things going on in your mind, and possibly just stabbed in the back, maybe feeling stabbed in the back, maybe feeling like you're running your head into a wall. It could be in your career. It could be, you know, because we have the pentacles here, it could be that you're trying to get something started with your career or finances, and it's not happening, and it's bringing you some mental anxiety. It's kind of making you feel like you want to give up on it, possibly. But what is going on here? We've got the Empress, okay, the Nurture card. This is the representing the Empress in the tarot and the sacral chakra. So The energy surrounding you right now is an energy of creation. And look at this, we've got dream time creation, okay? Your higher self really wants you to nurture your creative spirit, to tune in to the true source within you, because that's where your creative energy lies, your joy, tuning into your joy. Um, this is all about you are creating and manifesting, wanting to manifest something in the physical world. And it's giving you a bit of anxiety because I feel like you're coming against odds, like you're coming against things that are trying to kind of keep you from that path. With the detached from drama card here. So the sacral chakra is all about your confidence, your ability to tap into your courage and believe in yourself, okay? Your self-esteem. And the Empress is all about the divine feminine creative energy. It's the life force. It's what breathes life into our creations. It's that, that God force, that spark, that spiritual essence that only can come through you, that life force energy. And it comes through in the clearest ways when we're tuned into our joy, okay? So if we're not tuned into our source and we're trying to create something, we run into dead ends, we run into conflict, we beat ourselves up, we talk negatively to ourselves, and that creates an energy that stops our dreams from blossoming. The Empress is very in tune with nature, with the stars, with, people. She understands where the true essence of life lies, and she nurtures that, She nurtures it with love and compassion and a deep appreciation for the beauty of life. And when we are tuned into that energy, there's no room for negative self-talk or conflict or doubts or worries. We're focused on creating. So I want to read this time to go card to you. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful because you're watching this because it is time for you to really shift your thinking, and so that you can manifest this. There's something within you that you are wanting to manifest in the physical world and create. Okay. Yeah, and it's because it's time for you. Your consciousness is expanding, it's evolving. This card is all about endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience. It says that you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move onto new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time, okay? So it could be that you are really trying to get this off the ground, or, just you're switching your focus, and your consciousness is growing and evolving. And so your current reality, you're growing out of it, and that's completely natural. So there's no sense in worrying about it or trying to change anything in the reality. It's about focusing on the new and what you're creating, okay? And if it comes to any sort of relationships in your life, with the detached from drama card here, if you're in relationships with anyone that you're just not, they're not serving you anymore. There's no resolution, there's no growth or expansion. It's time to release those energies from your life. So, when we love someone, when we care about someone, someone or something, it's not about forcing anyone to love us back or see things our way or to understand. It's about allowing them, accepting and allowing them to be who they are. And if we need to love them from a distance, that's the best way. Because if we stay in a relationship with someone or something that is triggering us, that is not bringing us joy, what happens is that it turns into resentment, it turns into you know, us becoming a victim instead of saying, you know what, I'm not going to feed this toxic behavior in you or me. I'm not going to feed this energy of destruction. I'm going to, I choose love. I do love you, and that means I need to remove myself because I need to focus on what I'm being called to create right now. You know, if our relationships support us and want to truly see us happy, you know, because love wants to see you happy, it will support your dreams, support your visions. It won't take things personal. You're being called to create something right now, and it's creating some anxiety within you because you're fighting it for whatever reason, maybe not even intentionally, but maybe you feel blocked or prevented from creating what it is that you want. That's why we've got the sacral chakra here. It's, you know, if you can tune into your sacral chakra and really activate it and really tune into your confidence, your courage, your, you know, your gut feeling that this is what you are meant to be doing, and you tune into your creative energy, your life force within, tune into your joy, okay, things will just begin to come into fruition for you. Let me read the joy card because joy is the highest frequency of love, and it's the highest frequency for manifesting very quickly. When we're in our joy, we manifest what we want. We manifest what we want, okay? Joy is the highest energy of all. It is a magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating the gifts within each moment. Joy allows you to attract and create your present and future moments at their highest possible levels. Okay, and this is a card to remind you that your power comes from staying centered in a feeling of joy, because your soul is a feeling. Your soul is the feeling of joy. So it says if you're feeling trapped or victimized in any way, the angels can ease your burdens. A joyful outlook brings the freedom you desire while your responsibilities are simultaneously met, okay? So allow yourself to release anything in your life that isn't bringing you joy right now. You know, let them go for now so that you can focus on what it is that brings you joy. You can tune into that frequency, that energy, to create what you've got inside of you here to create, because your higher self is guiding you, and you may be receiving a lot of ideas right now, a lot of just desire to create. Where is it here? I can't find it in the book. Here it is. So, yeah, the Dreamtime Creation card. It says, close your eyes, tune into your breathing, and allow yourself to sink deeply into the heart of the living creation that you are. As you notice your breath becoming steady and slightly deeper than usual, observe the urge within you that is begging to come forth in some creative action. Pay attention to any images, sounds, or feelings that beckon your awareness, and there you will find the key as to the manner in which to express this magnificent pulse. Your breath is the crossover between spirit and physical reality. Breathing comfortably and steadily helps you align yourself with spirit, which then brings a clearer focus on what creative expression is preparing to be birthed through and from you. Discard any habitual thought patterns that would prevent the manifestation of what you are being prompted to bring forth. Allow yourself to take risks with this self-expression, and all of creation will smile upon you, okay? The swords are mental. The swords are all mental thoughts, feelings, beliefs, okay? So when we are feeding our negative thoughts, our negative beliefs, or the things that aren't serving us, it really literally creates this feeling of being trapped and, like, you know, unable to move forward. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse is like stuck, you know. The Knight is the slowest moving deck, but he's also the most committed, reliable, dependable, trustworthy knight. Like, he's very solid. So when he starts something, he sees it through to the end, and he's very practical. He's very down to earth. He's very in tune with nature. He's very in tune with the physical world, but he doesn't allow it to. He knows where the true essence of the material world is, and it's within spirit. So the Knight of Pentacles is beautiful when you're creating something solid in the world, because it's not a race. It doesn't matter. It's not a race, and it's not a competition. It's about, wanting to be in integrity, wanting, quality over quantity. It's a sure thing, So if you work on your mindset, and really shift your mindset, when you detach from drama, anything that is toxic thoughts that bring you down, that or just keep you on a merry-go-round, anything that is not empowering you, disempowering conversation, disempowering thoughts, that is not love. That is not who you really are. That is not the life force energy. The life force energy will nurture you and empower you. It will remind you that you have confidence, that you have courage, that you are brave, that you are creative, that you are love, that you are joy. Okay? Anything that makes you believe that or doubt that you're not any of those things is not true. So once you can truly shift your mindset and focus on the creation, focusing on what you're creating will help. Focusing on your joy will help shift you out of this 9 and 10 of Swords energy, which is absolutely miserable to be in. And the beautiful thing is that you have the power to shift it. You have the power to alter this very easily, because it's only your thoughts that are holding you back. And they're programmed thoughts that we've grown up, learning. And so we just have to reteach ourselves the truth, because our programming has been taking over for a while. It gets worse. So tune into your creation energy, tune into your joy. That is your creation energy. Detach from drama. You don't need it in your life. You don't need drama. Drama takes away from our creative spirit. Okay? So that is your message. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I truly hope that this affirmed your own inner knowing. And actually, let me just pull an Ascended Masters card for you in regards to this creation. Maybe sometimes they talk about, what our talents and skills are. Let me just see if they have anything for you guys here. Ascended Masters, do you have any advice for higher self and what to tune into here? Balance, career, and home life. So I can see that this is possibly something you'd like to, a new business, a new career you'd like to begin to bring more stability into your home life. Okay, so that's really beautiful. Whatever business idea that you have that is creative, you're being guided to pursue that right now. And yet, again, Isis, the divine feminine energy. You're being asked to tune into that divine feminine energy, okay? And we've got teacher here. So it may be that you are already very skilled in something and you would like to take that to the next level. You'd like to be able to help others in some way, shape, or form, however that is. And by following your true, authentic path, your joy, you are fulfilling that role. You will bring balance into your home, into your life, into your career, and it will all be because of this creative energy, your soul, guiding you. Allow yourself to be creative. Let go of anything that is not of love that is not that creation energy, and you are just going to find everything coming into balance. Okay. So beautiful. Thank you again for tuning in. I truly hope this resonated. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share if you haven't already. And please make sure to check out my Patreon page if you're interested. I have 2 tiers over there for everyone, and it is unfolding and becoming amazing. And I'm truly, truly excited about it and what it's going to allow me to create for all of you. So thank you again. I love you dearly, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day. We'll see you next time. Lots of love to you. Okay, group 2. For those of you who chose group 2, let's see what you got, okay? Let me just see what we got here. Okay. So I definitely see you are on the verge of a new beginning. I see that you're at the end of a cycle. You're in the middle of a very pivotal shift in your life, a transition. You're at a crossroads, basically. You have completed a cycle, a karmic cycle. You have just gone through a lot, okay? One of the first things that's coming to me, because I can sense that you have gone through a lot. You have overcome a lot. You have learned a lot about yourself, your journey, why you're here. You've learned a lot about your thoughts, your mindset, how you manifest your reality. You've learned a lot about relationships in your life and balance, and what's truly fulfilling to you and what is not. I'm really feeling called right away to tell you to, I feel like your higher self is really asking you to please get outside more. Please connect to the earth more, breathe in the fresh air. Surround yourself with crystals right now, because crystals are very beautiful, subtle helpers. They help us in a lot of ways. They interact with our energy, our etheric bodies, and they help us stay grounded. They help transmute energies. They help uplift us. They're like energetic friends to have around. So I'm feeling really guided to say to you to either carry some crystals on you, wear some stones, place them around your home, in your car, everywhere. I'm hearing to surround yourself with crystals in any way that you can, and to also place your intentions in them as you're manifesting, as you're setting your wheel in motion towards that which you're manifesting, okay? Because that's going to allow you to tune in more clearly to your higher self, especially if you're not getting outside a lot, or if you're not able to go out to nature a lot. Because you want to stay true to your authentic path. You don't want to repeat any mistakes from the past, and you're not going to. The wheel is turning in your favor now. You are coming into balance. There's been a lot of imbalance, disharmony in your life, a lot of emotional manipulation possibly, and also, just not feeling emotionally satisfied. And I feel like you're coming into this time where you've done a lot of work on yourself. You're coming into your emotional maturity, and you're very proud of yourself. You're feeling very confident in the work that you've done, and moving forward that you're going to choose what is right for you, what is in alignment with you. You're choosing love consciousness. You know, you're choosing to stay positive and knowing that what you put out is coming back to you, okay? There's a new beginning coming. There you are starting this new beginning. Like the sun is literally coming up on your new day. And you're beginning to see this new path, you know, as the sun comes up, you're beginning to see it illuminate, and it's beautiful. It truly is. And with that, you know, I can see that you want to stay true to your authentic path, you know, to see your deepest desires coming true, you know, what you're meant to experience on, you know, your greatest version, your greatest life, your dreams coming true. You know, being with those you're meant to be with, feeling deeply satisfied, emotionally fulfilled. And right now, you know, as your heart is healing, as you are healing from, you know, the experiences from the past, and you're really beginning to gain clarity on your experiences, why you went through them, and what you've learned, right? You've learned so much you have this wisdom. And you're bringing balance back into your life, you know, as you heal your heart, you know, because when we're going through things with our heart and spirit, it can create this energy in our physical world that is unbalanced because we're so focused on, you know, what's going on inside. But I see that you're bringing balance back into your life, and that's because you're choosing to grow and become emotionally mature and be in control of your emotions and understand the power of your emotions, how you manifest, you know, tuning into your joy, your contentment, your peace, and letting go of anything that is not fair or balanced or right for you, you know, one-sided. Like you're coming into a more harmonious time in your life. So let me just see what this fork in the road card has to say a little bit more here. But I'm really feeling like your higher self is guiding you to really tune into what brings you emotional fulfillment, you know, in every sense. So the fork in the road is all about time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, and owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. Okay, so that's what the Wheel of Fortune is all about, you know, really the consequence. And same with justice, you know, understanding there's a consequence, you know, a cause and effect. Everything has a consequence. And so when we arrive at this, you know, crossroads or fork in the road and we need to make a decision, it's like, are our dreams, do we go left or do we go right? You know, which way do we go? And you know, the path that we need to take is the path that usually we fear a bit because it's unknown. It's the road less traveled, so to speak. But it's because it's our path, you know. It's not going to look like the past before us because it's authentic and true to us, right? And it's your choice. Ultimately, you're realizing that you have the power of choice, and what you choose results in where you're going, right? And when you're in tune with what brings you fulfillment, when you're in tune with your feelings and your emotions, and you know what feels right, you'll know by feeling which way to move. And no matter what at this point, you're going to make the right choice. You're going to choose the right path because the right path is your authentic path. And it's not about circumstances or external stuff. It's all about how you choose to respond to everything that comes towards you, or, you know, everything that you come across. It's all about how you choose to respond. That's how we turn fate into destiny. You know, the game board's already here, and there are many paths that we can choose to walk. But when you stay true to your heart, when you stay true to what's important to you, and not allow anyone to sway your decision, that you're truly making this decision, then you can stand behind that choice. You can stand behind the consequences, good or bad. You know, it's like, I make choices that not everyone agrees with, but I'm willing to stand behind my choices. I'm willing to accept the consequences, whatever they are. You know, it's when we make a choice, but we don't want to be responsible for the consequence that lends us down the wrong path. So as long as you are aware of that, which I see very clearly that you are, I feel like this is a more of an affirmation to you of how far you've come and that you are absolutely doing amazing. I mean, you really are. And it's all about knowing who you are, you know, becoming responsible for your choices and being honest with yourself, being really honest with yourself, because you're the only one who walks in your shoes. And your higher self supports you, and you will be guided every step, and those that are meant to be with you will support you, and those that are not will not, and that's okay. You know, you say thank you, because not everyone's meant to be with you. You can't take everyone. You know, what's most important is that you are feeling good and in alignment with where you're going, okay? And I'm really feeling like you have a deep connection to crystals, rocks, and to nature, and your higher self really would like you to get outside, and breathe some fresh air and really ground yourself, really ground into that energy, and put your intentions in your crystals too when you are placing them around or wearing them, because it's that subtle energy. It over time, it really unconsciously imprints energetically. The more we interact with an object, like my crystals here, I actually imprint them energetically every time I'm around them. Every time I'm thinking, my thoughts, my energy go into the crystals, and their energy does the same with me. It's the same thing outside with the plants, the vegetation, but it's very subtle. And so when you're very intentional and you really mean it, it just becomes your life, and things keep growing, and it's hard to explain, but it's a very subtle energy, and it really does help us, you know, stay focused. Okay, I wanted to see if this Dawn card, if it had any. Yeah, it's just talking about how it is truly time to say goodbye to the old and welcome the new. To distance yourself from any self-imposed thoughts or constraints or anything that kept you restricted before, to really be okay with letting that go, and to follow your intuition, you know, to take the risk if you're feeling like you're unsure, to go ahead and trust your intuition and follow it. Because you've got the emotional maturity, you're able to feel what is fair, what is right for you. And so you got this. You're on your way. Dreams are coming true. Balance, harmony, all of that is coming. So that is your message. I truly hope you enjoyed it. I really, truly hope it resonated and brought you that affirmation, and any guidance that you needed to move forward, and just confidence, reassurance in yourself and why you're here and where you're going and all of those wonderful things. So thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. Please check out my Patreon page if you resonate. I've got some wonderful things going on over there and would be honored to have you as a Patreon. And other than that, I'm wishing you tons and tons of love, and just thank you for your time and energy and for walking this path of love with me. I'm wishing you a beautiful day. All my love to you. And we'll see you again very soon. Oops. Okay, so for those of you who chose group number 3, Group number 3, let's see what message your higher self has for you. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of okay. Oof. This is a powerful message. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is about a soulmate or a very special person. Okay. This message is to answer your question in regards to somebody that you care about very deeply that you may not be in contact with right now. Whether it's a soulmate, twin flame, a friend, childhood friend, somebody that you love, okay? Somebody that you have a connection with that's beyond surface. It's actually a very deep spiritual connection, and, you know, a connection that was always meant to be in your life, whether it was for a short period of time or a long period of time. I'm seeing right here that your higher self really wants you to heal this relationship that you have with someone, and that is why you're feeling blocked. That is why you're feeling complacent and not really sure where to go. Feeling a bit bored and stuck and probably frustrated because you're trying to make things happen and they're not happening. Okay. You may have just gone through a lot of changes in your life where maybe, especially with this relationship, it collapsed. This relationship from your past is over. I can see that, but there's something still here, and it ended because it wasn't based on the truth. Something was not truthful. The Tower and the Chariot card, these are major arcana cards, okay? This Tower, this tells me that this is something that you were meant to go through with this person. Both of you had a lot that you needed to see. Both of you were living in a consciousness where beliefs and programs were running the show instead of the soul. Because I feel like when you met this person, you had that connection where it was very natural, organic. You just felt connected. You just truly connected, resonated, vibed with each other's energy. You know, you enjoy similar things, you have similar lifestyles, you make each other laugh, you just get each other, you know, you think the same. Okay, you have this connection that you can't explain, and it's a connection that you don't find with everybody. You know, these are the relationships that are our lifelong friends and partners and people that fulfill us. You know, these are our inner circle people, these are our children. It's those deep connections that we just don't have an explanation for. We click, we vibe, we love each other. We're so grateful, right? And when these relationships are pure. They're pure relationships based on unconditional love. They didn't come together based on just a shared hobby or a shared, you know, lifestyle or a shared whatever. This is like a deeper connection on a level that's our soul. You know, it's more than that. Just like you love your children unconditionally, even if they, you know, are into totally different things. It's that sort of love. Okay, so when we have these relationships in our lives and something doesn't work out, it never goes away. It never goes away. And it's not meant to, because love does not end. Okay, these are relationships that Love has already existed before you met, and it will always exist even after you part ways, okay? Love is forever. It is infinite. It has no end. It has no beginning. These relationships come into our lives for a very, very strong reason. It's to help us grow and evolve and teach us something very important about who we are and about love, okay? When these relationships dissolve, there's also a purpose for it, okay? We learn from everything. And what I'm feeling is that this relationship dissolved because of the external things around you that were not truthful, okay? That there was a tower moment, there was an ending to the relationship, there was, but there was no closure, okay? And I'm feeling like your higher self is telling you it's time to rebuild what was once broken. This feeling of not knowing where to go or not knowing where to move forward, it's like spirit is stopping you, because right now this is what you're meant to do. You're meant to heal this relationship so that you can move forward, because when we hold on to things, it starts to fester and grow, and it stops us from moving forward. It takes over our thoughts. Those thoughts gain momentum, and we start just getting angry and negative, and we don't know what's holding us back, and it's because we're refusing to look at what it is. In order to truly achieve what it is we desire, we have to heal ourselves completely. You know, we need to be willing to have love and compassion for ourselves, to look within and to heal wounds, because in order to manifest the life you want, you've got to be in tune with unconditional love. You've got to be, your vibration, your frequency has to be clean, and you deserve to heal. You deserve to heal. You deserve to be healthy. And in order to do that, you have to be willing to look at anything from the past that is preventing you, that is keeping those thoughts fueled and alive inside your body. So even if it means that you simply reach out and forgive and apologize and seek closure, seek healing with this relationship. And it doesn't matter how the other party views it or perceives it, or if they want to or not. This is about you saying, I'm ready to heal myself. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to get out of this stuck energy where I'm not feeling fulfilled. I'm ready to rebuild my foundation based on unconditional love. I'm ready to build a life based on truth. I'd like to just be guided and move forward effortlessly with the help of the universe. But that's not going to happen if you're refusing to see the truth. If you're refusing to see the truth of the matter, and seeing that this is in your life for a reason, and seeing that it's time for you to heal this, because I'm sure your spirit's been, I can feel it, you know. That's why the Chariot card's here. When the Chariot card comes this way, it just propels us forward, you know. But he's not moving forward by his own willpower. He knows that the true source of power comes from within. It comes from spirit, you know. It comes from rising above duality. There is no good or bad, right or wrong. There is no, when we love someone, there is no good guy, bad guy. Okay, there is no, two people come together who love each other. You know, if they truly love each other, it's important to heal these relationships. Why deny yourself a beautiful relationship, you know? And if you don't feel like you want to be connected, then offer your forgiveness, offer your closure, and let it be, because then you can let go of those negative thoughts, those hurt feelings, whatever it is, and you can focus on healing. You know, you don't have to hold on to that. And if it's time to heal, it will, and it will feel really good. It will feel really, really good. It will bring happiness. It will bring joy. This card is all about rebuilding relationships that once crumbled, you know, and building them based on love, seeing the love. If the love is there, it's absolutely worth healing. Okay, go the distance. This is about going, you know, I want to read this love and compassion card first, because I can just feel it. But there's nothing to fear, and there's no sense in holding on to something that you don't need to hold on to, you know. All wounds stem from the illusion of separation from source and all of creation. The route to healing this wound is through cultivating love and compassion for every being on this planet, including yourself. not a bland standard of unquestioned acceptance, but a heartfelt sense of profound relatedness to whatever you perceive as part from yourself. True compassion requires not only the feeling of warmth that emanates when you are in touch with your heart center, but in acts of kindness, even if this simply means being a fully attentive listener. Okay, because your heart receives energy and it gives energy. And your heart is literally the most powerful emitter of energy in your body, way, way more so than your brain. And you're giving all your energy to your mental thoughts and not filling your mental thoughts are taking up your energy, where you can't tune into that fulfillment. And it's because it comes from love and compassion. It does not come from your mind, your will to wanting to control and move things forward. You can't. You have to tune into your heart. You have to tune into your heart. Your heart is so much more powerful. I think it's like 5,000 times more powerful. And when we focus our attention, our intentions in love, there is no separation. You realize that everything that has come into your life, you've called into your life for a reason. And if you're neglecting and avoiding healing something that you were a part of, you're denying that responsibility and that healing of yourself. You're basically betraying yourself. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's not intentional. But once you realize that healing anything from the past, healing relationships, you're not doing it to make something, to force something to happen. You're doing it for love, because it's what you need to do to overcome this feeling. It's understanding that love is the truth and everything else is illusion. Okay, you are not separate. You are not separate from source. And we all came here to learn to love, to learn what love is and to learn what it isn't. So, have love and compassion for yourself, and that is going to effortlessly be transmitted and emitted out to others, okay? And you will receive that love back. You will receive that love back. I want to... Okay, so this is about, really being able to endure and go the distance. When it comes to relationships, this card is all about bringing in harmonious relationships, that you're wanting to bring in harmonious relationships into your life. Okay, so, and not just harmonious relationships, but relationships that stand the test of time, relationships that are really there, that are not going to just give up, at the first hiccup. Like, this is someone that's with you through the ups and downs, the good and bad, right? And beautiful relationships that are harmonious, they have their challenges, they have their hiccups. They're not perfect. We are human. We did not come here to be perfect. And so holding each other to these standards of perfection is really harmful, especially if it's someone you claim to love. If we're not willing to forgive someone, we never loved them. If someone isn't willing to forgive us, they don't truly love us. They don't love themselves, because love forgives. Love understands that we're human and we're not perfect, and we're learning and we're growing. So if you want a relationship that stands the test of time, you have to be willing to be that person that stands the test of time as well. I'm feeling like, what you want, you're actually preventing yourself from having. And it's, instead of seeing it as an opportunity to heal, it's like you've got to really look at yourself and come out of anything that is disempowering you or making you feel like you don't have control, because you do. You have control over yourself and how you choose to respond to anything that's going on in your life. When you choose to respond with love and compassion, everything is going to start turning in your favor. Everything will start improving. It's really just about tuning into your heart. I love this. I'm not meaning to sound harsh in any way. I hope you know I say this all with love, because I want you to have I feel like you really want this long-lasting relationship. And maybe in the past you've had relationships that just weren't, they just were like not in it for the long haul, or they gave up, or they didn't have the same whatever that you did. But you know what? It's about you being true to who you are and not allowing yourself to fall down into any sort of lower vibrational behavior just because they couldn't rise up with you. You know, you've got to embody the relationship that you're looking for. I don't know. I just feel like your higher self is kind of like really wanting you to take the lead in this situation, whatever it is, in this relationship. Because as soon as you do this, you will be able to move forward. It's just going to unlock so much. It's going to release so much energy in you. Like, I feel like you have a lot of energy taking up room inside of you that's preventing you from seeing your opportunities. So focus on what you desire. Focus on what it is that you really want. This card says you now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic, okay? So this card speaks to us not waiting for external things to come to us, but instead tune into your heart, your spirit, into what it is that you desire, and send that signal out. You know, move in the direction of that energy. It comes from within. And if we don't know, if we're not clear on what it is that we want, the universe, you know, we don't align to it. We've got to be a match for it, a vibrational match for our desires. So this card asks us to tune into our heart and into what really brings us that fulfillment, that joy, and begin to claim that as your path. You know, I desire a relationship that is long lasting, that is loyal, that is, you know, can go the distance, you know, that is with me, my ride or die. I want my ride or die. I want my boo, my bae, whatever you call it. You know, it's like, you know, your person, and become the person for, you know, become deserving of your person, basically, you know, because the person you're looking for, they're looking for the same thing. They're looking for the same thing in you. And if you don't become and embody that, the partner that you are wanting to be, then how can the other, you know? So I don't know. It could be this part. It could be so many things. But what I'm really feeling, most importantly, right now in this moment in time, is for you to understand that whatever happened between you and this person, this relationship, it wasn't due to love, okay? I can see both of you loved each other. I can see there was a true unconditional love here, okay? So there's no reason to fear healing this relationship. And, you know, it's either going to end in one of two ways. It's going to be closure and peace and able to close the book and move on. And so you're not consumed with this nagging feeling of, you know, when our higher selves want us to heal something with someone, we need to do it. Otherwise it'll just keep coming up and coming up and coming up. And, That's just how it works. But once we do it, it's wonderful, because then you know right then and there, okay, I truly want to heal this, whether, the relationship continues or not. It's either going to continue or it's not, and if it does continue, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be mutual. No one can force you to be in a relationship with someone you don't want to be in a relationship with. You are the master of your ship here. Okay, but if it turns out to be very healing and positive, that's wonderful too. It's all about tuning into your feelings and knowing that you have the power, being, being in your integrity, being in your compassion, being in your heart. And health and healing here, it talks about health and healing it's all about healing your health and everything, but it's also about recognizing that you are a healer as well. And in order to really be a healer, you've got to be healthy. You've got to be in a healthy state of mind, heart, body, soul. Okay, so it says your divine healing power has awakened and you feel compelled to help others to heal. Just as you've been healed, so too do you want others to enjoy health and vitality. You're supported in making life changes so that you can continue to heal yourself and others. Let go of any fears or restrictive thinking to fully open the miracles of healing. Okay, so I think you're a healer. And especially with the heart and the green, the heart chakras here, your heart chakra may be activating right now, which is what's activating this feeling inside of you. So do what follow your intuition and do what you know is right for you. Do what you know is right, what's going to allow you to have peace and sleep at night. No matter how it turns out, do the right thing. Act with love and compassion, heal anything that needs addressed, and you'll be able to really move forward and call in those relationships that you desire. And everything that you're setting out to do is just going to flow. Okay, I love this, and I truly hope this resonated with you. And take what resonates, take what doesn't. But I'm truly grateful to deliver these messages for you, and I'm just honored. I'm honored and grateful that you come and share your time and energy. And I thank you for subscribing, for liking, commenting, sharing. And definitely check out my Patreon page if you feel called. I've got a lot of awesome things beginning to unfold over there, and I'm feeling super blessed and grateful to offer and create and just keep expanding with all of you. So thank you again for being here. I hope this reading, I didn't come off too harsh, or but I feel like you are a very powerful being, very strong, and yet very loving. Very loving, very compassionate. And sometimes as strong people, we need to be reminded that our soul is gentle. Our soul is humility. Our soul is beauty. It is compassion. Okay, so you are amazing, and I thank you for your strength and your love and your beauty, and I will see you next time. Lots of love. Have a beautiful day. Okay, for those of you who chose group number 4, hello and welcome. Let's see what your higher self wants you to know right now. Let's see what's going on with you guys. Let me just lay all the cards out. First here, See what's going on with you guys. Okay. This is beautiful, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Right away, what I'm feeling is that you are really coming into this beautiful understanding of your truth, of speaking your truth, of what truth is, of trusting your intuition, trusting your soul, your inner knowing, and understanding that you have this power within you, that you can choose to tap into, and you can use this power in any way that you choose. Truly, it's neutral. The force within you, your soul, is neutral, and you have the power to manifest whatever it is you want in your life. You have the power to truly live the life that is true for you when you're in tune with your spirit, your inner knowing. And right now your throat chakra is being activated, and you're feeling this energy of new life, of vitality. You're receiving a lot of messages, synchronicities. The universe is really speaking to you right now about your power, about taking your power back, about using your voice to speak your truth. There's a new beginning in your life, and it's this energy of this very passionate or fiery energy. It's your soul, it's your spiritual path. It's calling you forward. Your soul is calling you to speak your truth, to really start expressing your voice and who you are, because I feel like you've been going it alone for quite some time, and maybe you haven't been speaking your truth. You haven't been able to speak your truth because maybe you've been in situations or around people that are not in tune with their own truth. Maybe there's a lot of manipulation or deceptive energy that you've experienced, and you see the consequences of that. You see the negative side effects of not living by your truth, of not speaking your truth. So your higher self is really guiding you right now and surrounding you with this. It's time to lay your burdens down. It's time to start being persistent in speaking your truth and lay the burden down of having to suppress what it is you have inside. This is something that is always meant to happen too. This is, when the World card comes, this is like a completion of a cycle in our life, something very that's been going on for a long time. So it's an experience and a lesson that we've been learning for a long time. It may even be over the course of, certain phases of our lives, like childhood, or our 20s, our 30s. It can even be our whole life. It can be, a very big cycle or a shorter period of time, but either way, there's a very significant lesson to be learned from it. And you are at the end of this cycle, okay? So you've come to a point where you've gained a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience in who you are and what you stand for. You know what you want. And I feel like you've been going it alone for a long time. Like, you haven't been speaking your truth because you've been experiencing what truth is not. You've been experiencing what it's like to hold back or to not tap into the power of your own, true, authentic self. And so the completion of this cycle is you really stepping into that power, that knowing, trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, allowing your throat chakra to fully activate. And we do that by speaking our truth, okay? I'm going to read this message in a bottle, because with the angels here and reward yourself, this is about for me in this reading, it's like you hesitate and you hold back because you don't want to take away from someone else or infringe or whatever it is. But by speaking your truth, you are not only serving your highest good, you're serving the highest good of all, okay? Because being true and authentic to who we are, we become divine reflections to others, okay? So that's what I'm feeling with the reward yourself. But I want to read this message in a bottle because I think this is about a message that's on its way to you. Okay, so this is all about communication and basically messages that come through you spontaneously, or come to you spontaneously, that point the direction of where to go. So it's like when we're calling in answers, we're looking for messages and answers, we're watching tarot, you know, we want messages from our higher self. And so that's what's happening, you know, when you begin to really believe in the power of who you are, what's, you know, the power that's running through you. These messages, these signs, they all come pouring in, and you begin to develop this new language, basically. And it's the language that you have with the universe. You know, it's telepathic and it's personal and unique to you. Your synchronicities, your higher self guides you in a way that is unique and personal to you, in ways that you recognize because they're meaningful to you in some sort of way, right? They're pointing you in the right direction because they're resonating with something deep within you that you know is true for you. Okay, so you're going to begin seeing a lot more of that. And as you tune into that, that is another form of communication. That is you connecting with the universe, with your higher self, and knowing that you have, you know, your higher self is guiding you, walking right by your side, kind of like leaving breadcrumbs, so you know which next step to take. And it also means that we can, you know, that there's possibly like really magical news coming from someone, you know, a letter, a phone call, it's basically coming into alignment with your destiny. You know, destiny and fate has been coming up a lot right now because there are a lot of fated events occurring in our lives for a lot of us. Like, fate is really playing a big role, and fate is simply there are certain events that are preordained, or that we have decided to experience in order to grow, for our soul to grow, for our soul to become who it truly wants to become here. And when we become aware of that we are actually guided by our higher selves, that we have a higher purpose, then this language, this communication with the universe begins to happen. And the more you do it, the more affluent you become in that language. So keep trusting yourself, keep trusting your intuition, because this power within you is neutral, and it really will respond in whatever your intentions are. If your intentions are love-based, if they're based on love and growth and expansion, your power will be directed in that way. It will be focused in that direction. If you're focused on, you know, suppressing, holding back, not being true to who you are, not listening to your intuition, that energy turns into, you know, doubt and shame and resentment and all of those things, and then that gets focused in that direction. So learn about the force within you, the power within you. Trust that what you're learning is magical and spot on. And this is going to, you know, activate your throat chakra more and more. You know, it's using it is what activates it. So as you're learning to really, there's this new path, and it's based on it's interesting too when I see this card, because he's blowing into he's blowing into this flute here, and rainbow light is coming out, okay? And I think that's really beautiful because it's the light, the rainbow light that's coming out is his spirit. You know, breath is the ether. It is the unseen matter connected to spirit. And as he breathes in through his throat chakra, you know, these colors come out, and it's all based on his intention. He's breathing from this place of purity in his spirit, you know. And music is a form of communication, you know. Right now, I'm feeling like if you need to sing, sing, you know, we can activate our throat chakra by singing, humming, chanting. You know, we don't just have to go around speaking and communicating. We can activate it in so many other ways. And the more you practice using your voice, and it'll bring on feelings and emotions that make you feel good or make you feel not so good. And that is your indicator as to whether you're in alignment with yourself or not. So I feel like your higher self is asking you to really play around with that. And as you begin to really embrace your truth, you'll be able to, it will bring this feeling of relief. You know, it will help you complete this cycle and move forward in this new beginning, because there's a new beginning here for you. You've been giving a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keeping your energy, mood, and motivation at a consistently high level, okay? When you're in your joy, when you feel really good, you know, when your cup is full, that energy emits out, okay? So your higher self really wants you to reward yourself, give to yourself before giving to others. You know, you may have taken on more than you can handle at times. You may feel overburdened, and that can be due to giving more than you're receiving, you know, giving more than you have to give. So I feel like you're at a point where you're ready to lay some burdens down and, you know, focus on your growth, focus on your path and where you're going, and, you know, see this as an opportunity. You know, this experience that you've been through, it's the opportunity for you to strengthen your connection to your infinite power, your force within, and direct it in the way that is fueling your life, that is giving you life, that is creating more vitality instead of taking away from it, okay? Because you want to use your power for the highest good of all. When you do that, it will continue to come back to you, okay? Not just for yourself. It's got to be for the highest good of all. And that is what is going to continue to fuel you, you know? The Ace of Wands is what this card represents in the tarot, and the Ace of Wands is your spiritual path, you know, a new beginning in a new direction based on what your soul is guiding you to do. And there's a lot of passion that comes with that. It's an energy of being fired up and, you know, just feeling really exhilarated. That's what you're being presented with right now. And in order to fully embrace this new path, it's going to require you to be fully aware of your power and your ability to speak your truth. And you can trust what's coming through because it's coming from your soul. You have a very strong intuition. Okay, and that's why you're receiving a lot of synchronicities, a lot of messages in non-conventional ways. That's the magic, you know, of the divine speaking to you. So definitely keep paying attention to those signs and keep moving in that direction. And you will gain more clarity and more trust in what you're being shown as you go, okay? I think it's beautiful. The cycle's about to complete. You know, if you feel like it's like something's not happening, it's on its way. And it's really just about you allowing yourself to speak the truth, allowing yourself to connect with others and, you know, in a way that is fulfilling, okay? You don't have to go it alone. And it will show you who is coming from truth and integrity as well. When you begin to speak in your own truth and integrity, you'll recognize that in others very, very easily. You'll be able to see through any deception or manipulation, so you can let your guard down and be yourself. Okay? I think it's amazing. This is a beautiful, beautiful message. I truly hope it resonated with you and just brought you some clarity and affirmation, and that you continue, trusting yourself and listening to the messages. I'm truly grateful to walk this path with you, and I honor you, and I thank you for your time and energy. Thank you for being here, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, and I would be honored if you feel called to join us over on Patreon. My Patreon page is growing with a lot of exciting things for you, for those I meant to be a messenger for, and which will also help me bring more messages to you guys here on YouTube. So thank you so, so much. I'm wishing you tons of love, and I will see you next time. Lots of love. Okay, group number 5. We have group number 5 here. Hello, group number 5. Let's see what your higher self wants you to know right now. I'm just going to lay all the cards out here. Okay. A lot of blues here. I feel like there's some, well, I feel it, but it's almost over. You've got some mental anxiety going on. You've got some thoughts kind of taking it out of you right now. And something's really weighing heavy on your mind. Something's really weighing heavy on your heart right now. Your higher self's really asking you to take some time out to meditate and to go within, to really tune into your spirit, like to pull back from whatever it is that you are going through right now, to be fully present with yourself, and to be intentional about going within and asking yourself questions, to really sorting out, like going into your heart. Like your higher self is really asking you to get out of your head. Okay, because in your head right now, you've got a lot of, there's something you're battling in your mind. And there's a new beginning that you are wanting to embark on. Okay, there's a new path that you are wanting to begin. There's something that you feel is preventing you from fully just moving forward and taking the lead in your life. You are someone who has probably always been a leader in their life. You are very passionate. You're very grounded. You like a bit of structure, and you find comfort in things that are solid and stable, is what I'm feeling. You take the lead in your life. You're very fiery and passionate. I can feel that, especially with the Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands, he's very enthusiastic. He's very charismatic. He's very passionate. He's very much a visionary. But he still has that very youthful spirit, So sometimes his mind can kind of run away with him, is how I feel about the page. He sings a lot, he speaks a lot, you know, he talks to himself. He out of all the fire, out of the wands, I feel like he's the most chatty. Okay, so I think it's interesting because there's something going on in your mind that's really got your heart kind of feeling constricted. Okay, so, and I see with the Three of Cups here, it's some sort of, you're wanting some sort of emotional, there's something going on either with a reunion or, you know, whether it's a friend or a family member or someone that you just are wanting to be in union with. I don't know. Someone that you like to celebrate with, or you feel like, you know, this is a situation that you would like to be celebrating, but for whatever reason right now, it's not happening. Okay. The angels are telling you that there's nothing to worry about and that everything that is happening for a reason. Okay. And right now, you are being guided to go within yourself and to really listen to your heart, your soul, to really tune into your joy. What brings you joy? What brings you satisfaction and contentment? Not anyone else, you know, not basing it on anyone else's opinion or perspective of you. Like you removing yourself from, unplugging from everything for just a moment and really tuning into your heart, your spirit, you know, how you feel about everything and making a choice from that place to move forward. So I want to see what the here and now card has to say. Being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Okay. This card speaks to everything happening. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life, okay? So if you're reminiscing on the past, if you're projecting into the future and, you know, whatever it is you're focused on, it's bringing you anxiety. It's bringing you this kind of paralyzed feeling almost of, it's like all mental, but it's painful, right? It's painful because it just really stops us in our tracks. And you've got to trust your heart. You've got to trust your spirit, and that you have everything you need to manifest what it is you want. Your soul is infinite, and it is here right now in this present moment. No matter what has happened in the past, no matter what happens in the future, you are you. You are still you through all of those experiences, okay? The only difference is that in some experiences, we don't see ourselves. We don't recognize ourselves. We only see our essence and sometimes of who we are, but we don't always see like how we played, like what character were we playing in the past? What character are we going to be playing in the future? Because you are not the same person that you were in the past, and you won't be the same person in the future that you are now, right? But you're still the same person. You're still the same person. So things that have happened in our past, you know, when we choose to really look at ourselves, evaluate our lives, evaluate the choices that we've made, we can see what the consequence was. You know, we made this choice and this was the consequence, or we made that choice and this was the effect. You know, it affected someone this way, or, you know, this result came from it. When we can really observe ourselves and look at those things, then we can say, aha, you know, there's where I made a choice, where I made a choice that resulted in something I didn't want. So I'm going to now make a different choice, and you will have different results. And because of that, you may be perceived as someone who's changed or a different person or whatever it is. But truly at the core, you are still the same person, right? You are still you. It's just that in your human form, you're always learning and growing. That's why it's really important to always have time to reflect on yourself, to meditate, to go within and find solitude. And sometimes we forget, or we get caught up in the everyday physical world that's constantly demanding our attention and, needing us to think about the past and needing us to think about the future, when in reality, the only thing that exists is right now. And you can find your joy in every single moment. You can say, you know what, I'm going to trust my higher self. There's nothing to worry about. Everything that's happening is happening for a reason, and it's happening to teach us something. We can learn and grow from what we're going through, or we can stay stuck. We can say, I'm just not going to look at that. It's all whatever. It's nothing to do with me. Everything that happens to us, we are a part of it. We are a contributing factor into every relationship and situation. And all we truly have power over is ourselves. Our ability to respond in every moment to what is going on right now in the here and now. Our power is in the now moment. Right now, if we had gotten an argument with someone that we loved, right now the difference is you could choose to see them for who they are, forgive them, say, hey, I want to heal this. Let's talk about it and heal it and focus on a resolution. Or you could say, screw this, I'm not healing anything with you, goodbye, and never see that person again. Well, that will impact your life. That will impact your life no matter what. Like, there's always a choice that we have to make. And the difference between staying stuck and moving on is accepting everything in the now and choosing to respond to it from love, from your true authentic soul, the person that you always are, the soul that you always are through all of it. That's the key, is to responding to things from your true authentic place of power, because then you will stand behind every single choice you make. You're willing to be responsible for the consequences, because you know that you're making the best choice for your soul at that moment, and you know that whatever's coming is for your highest good and the highest good of all. Your intent is to grow. Your intent is to choose what is best for yourself and for all. And so you're only going to recognize that when you go within, when you take time to meditate, take time to go within your heart, your soul, and really tune in to what it is that it's guiding you to do. It's really, really important. When we don't do that, what happens is that we get distracted by the physical world, by our careers, our families, our obligations, our responsibilities, and our negative thoughts start taking over, and then they start really affecting everything in our lives. We feel stuck. We feel regret and guilt and shame and all of those things that are not true to who we really are. We have the power in every moment to tune into our courage, to tune into our bravery, to tune into our authenticity. It's a choice. It's a choice to be authentic. It's a choice to choose love. It's a choice in every moment to tune into your joy. Just like it's a choice to tune into your fears, So your higher self is really asking you to recognize the power of your choice. You hold this wand in your hands. This wand is beginning to flourish. It's beginning to grow and blossom because of your enthusiasm for it, your passion for it, your love for it, and it will continue growing. Continue to stay passionate, continue to focus on what brings you joy and passion, right? And as you do that, that will help you come out of your head. Joy and passion comes from your heart, comes from your spirit. It doesn't come from your mind. So you're never going to find it here. You're going to run out of steam up here in your mind. So it could also be that because of what you've gone through, it brought up a lot of things deep in your subconscious, and the things that are deep in our subconscious are always there. they're always there. And if they come up and we don't look at them, we're only hurting ourselves, because it causes this anxiety, it keeps us up at night, and it makes us start believing in things that aren't real. It keeps our false beliefs going, and it takes the steam out of our passion. It takes the fuel out of from our fire. So really get in touch with your higher self, your guides right now. Give all your worries to your higher self, to the universe. Ask for, the divine love to fill you. Ask for divine, remember, you are divine love. So anytime I get caught up in my head, I'm like, I have to remind myself, and I'll just say it like a mantra, like, I am love, I am love, I am love. Fill me with love, fill me with divine thoughts, divine words, true thoughts, true words, true wisdom. And I'll just say it over and over and over until I snap myself out of it, because any thoughts that have you in this energy, they're not real, they're illusions. Your soul is love. Your soul is love. That is the truth. And anything that is not of love is not your soul. Guilt, shame, regret, remorse, doubt, all of that is not your soul. Okay? It's a program. So once you recognize that, tune into this celebration energy, celebrating with people, and what it is that you're really, what really fuels your fire. And if it fuels your fire, go for it. You are the emperor, okay? Take the lead in your life. Take the lead and move forward passionately. Tune into what brings you joy, okay? Joy is the highest frequency. It is the frequency of unconditional love. It is the feeling of your soul. Your soul feels like joy, okay? So I love this. Stay present. Be good to yourself. Love yourself, okay? Don't be hard on yourself, okay? Don't beat yourself up. Don't be too controlling or rigid. Allow yourself to be fluid and, warm and charismatic and fiery, Allow yourself to be fiery, but in a joyful way, okay? And that's going to really ease your mind. It's going to help you breathe. It's going to help you take those deep, full breaths, okay? Shallow breathing means we're in fear. This is all fear-based consciousness. It's not who you really are. So the beautiful thing is you have the power to change this simply by making the choice. Simply by making the choice. That is how powerful you are. So take some time to yourself and really tune in, and you are going to be on your way, okay? You can do what I do and just really vocalize, speak out loud to the universe. You got to go into nature where no one can see you or hear you. I had somebody walk up on me one time in the woods, in the middle of nowhere, with my tarot cards, and it just made me crack up all day, because I'm sure when they saw me, they were like, oh my gosh, there's some spooky witch out here in the woods with their tarot cards. And I was just out there, on a nature walk basically, and just stopped at a beautiful place and decided to take out my cards. And as a Gemini as I am, I enjoy, communicating, and if there's no one around, I will talk to myself. But it's really talking to the universe. I'm intentional about what I'm manifesting, and it works and it's fun, and I can laugh at myself about it. But it's about being intentional. The universe hears you, and it sees you 24 hours a day. It really does. And it loves you. It doesn't judge you at all. It doesn't. It simply honors what it is that you want. And so when you recognize you have the power to choose what you want, you can let go of all your worries. You can let go of all your doubts. Embody the emperor. You're the emperor here, okay? You take the lead of your life. Your higher self is guiding you. You listen. You know how to run your life. You truly do. So don't feed the fears. Feed your creative energy, because that's what you know that's what you do the best, okay? And whatever reunion, I feel like it's a reunion, or just, getting back into that energy of feeling cohesive with others, you know, the emotional fulfillment, that's going to just come right on in, and you're going to feel that. Okay. All right. So that's your message. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Thank you for your time and energy. And I hope that this affirmed and resonated just what you already know to be true for yourself. And it gives you the motivation and, you know, inspiration to keep going forward and trusting who you are, and trusting in your power. Okay. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. And please check out my Patreon page if you feel, you know, guided or called to receive more messages from me. I would be honored to have you join us over there. And other than that, I will see you next time. All my love to you, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Okay, group number 6. We're going to move on to group number 6 here. Hello, you guys. So let's see what is going on for group number 6. All right, you guys, let me just tune in here for a minute and see what's going on. Okay. So I definitely see that you are in a period where you have pulled back a little bit. You are really going within and observing things right now. You've chosen to look at things from a higher perspective, and you're taking a look at your life, you know, your past, the events that have occurred, your experiences, you know, the choices you've made. You're looking at who you really are, where you feel at home, where you felt authentic in your past. You are really going within your own mind even to see through illusions, just to feel into what is true and what is not for you, you know, letting go of things that are not true for you. I see you really tuning into that feeling of home. You know, there's no place like home. Okay. So your higher self is really affirming to you that you are on your way home. Okay. And you're letting go of things that are not meant for you. You're healing your past. There are relationships in your past that may have been hurtful, that you may feel betrayed or manipulated or deceived in some way. Okay, but this experience is teaching you that, excuse me, it's helping you shift your perspective to recognize that you are not powerless, that you actually hold the power to live the life that is destined for you, that you live the life and make the choices that are right for you, to manifest the relationships, the situations, the life that is authentic for you, where you feel at home in your skin, with the people, with the environment. Okay, there were things in your past that hurt you. I can see that, but you are healing from that. And as you really tune into your spirit and what is true, and really tuning into the thoughts in your mind that are love, that are true to yourself, and the thoughts that are illusion, that are fear-based, that are not who you really are. That is helping you see more clearly, you know, what means, you know, what's important to you, what your priorities are. And I feel like with the Two of Wands, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Eight of Wands, okay, there's some sort of, it could be that with the Seven of Swords here, it's like you are transforming, you're seeing through illusions, you're really listening to your intuition, you're really taking time, and it's like you're keeping some things to yourself right now. You're really looking out ahead. You're looking at the path ahead. You know that you're moving forward. You're moving to where it feels like home. You're choosing to be authentic no matter what, okay? Your higher self is guiding you home, and right now you are like standing at the precipice, ready to embark on this, path. And it's like moving from one reality to another, shifting our perspective. And it's like you've really been following your intuition, and you may have been keeping it kind of to yourself. Maybe you're in a position or a situation where you can't truly speak your truth or voice it out loud because those around you won't understand, or those around you are still in that fear-based consciousness where it's the best thing to do is to keep it to yourself. Okay, I feel like with the Eight of Wands here, there's this desire to really communicate yourself in a very loving way. The Eight of Wands to me is like loving communication, or like it's like our authentic soul, like ready to really put our, like it's like our essence, communicating out into the world and landing and flourishing. Like some people see this card as like communication, and it is. But it's like us communicating from our spirit, our authentic self, our loving words, loving, passionate communication, authentic. And so you are ready to do that. But you may be keeping it to yourself right at this moment, and you're doing that because of the situation that you're in, which is good. Your higher self's telling you that's okay. That's perfect. It won't be like that for long. Okay. So the No Place Like Home card, okay, it's really all about your ability to trust yourself, to feel at home in your own skin, okay? And you'll see things begin to solidify in your life as you trust that feeling within you, and you keep following it. And it's like recognizing that life is not a competition. There's nothing you have to do to feel at home in the external world. It's all about coming to that inner knowing within. That home is in your heart. It's about being able to see through the eyes of your soul. Because when we are in tune with our soul, we're at home, right? It's knowing who we are. No one can take that away from us. When you have your integrity, your dignity, your knowing of who you are, you can be yourself and be humble. You don't need to be put on a pedestal. You don't need to be acknowledged. You don't need to be any of those things. Yes, it's nice to receive those things from people, but it's that feeling of it doesn't matter what anyone else feels about me, thinks about me, perceives about me. I know who I am, and I'm so happy with myself, and I feel content. I am content in my skin. I'm content with where I'm at. I'm content with where I'm going, and that allows us to take our power back. That's the feeling of our true power. And when that happens, we begin to attract everything that's meant for us, and we are, in that sense, we're not betraying ourselves in any way anymore. And with the Seven of Swords being here, it's like there's this energy with the Seven of Swords that has to do with manipulation or sneaky or deception. It's associated with deception. But once we recognize what is true for us, and we choose not to deceive ourselves, betray ourselves by aligning to things that aren't right for us, we are never betrayed again. Nobody can deceive us. Nobody can pull the wool over our eyes, because nobody can sever your connection to your true self. And you realize too that you have your own unique path that is completely yours. No one can ever take that away. It's not going anywhere. You can't miss it. You can't get it wrong, okay? All the waters, all the rivers flow to the ocean. They flow to their source. No matter what path they're taking, no matter what river it is, it's going to the ocean. So the waterfall, effortless. It's about learning to flow with your authentic path. When you see an obstacle, when you see someone that doesn't agree, just go around them. Go around, take the path of least resistance. You'll be able to recognize when someone is not in alignment with your path, because you're taking that power back. You're not placing the power in anyone else's hands to make you feel at home. You know where you feel at home and what is right for you. And so no one can ever deceive you again, because you're not deceiving yourself. And that is really, really powerful, okay? So the angels say to let your past go. The burden of carrying your past around has made you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down, keep only the lessons in love, and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and it's now gone, okay? So if you're holding on to anything from the past, maybe there's, with this shift in perspective, as this is the Hanged Man in the tarot. So this is about, shifting your perspective. So if there's, and I'm coming into illumination, really coming into that illuminated place within you, like, aha, here's my soul. How would my soul handle this? And really seeing things from a new perspective. There may be someone in your past that you want to communicate with, and you're not acting on it because you're not sure. So you're kind of keeping it to yourself, but what I feel your higher self is telling you is to communicate with anyone from your past that is, triggering any sort of negative thoughts, and, communicate from that place of love, for closure, for healing, however that needs to happen, whether it's for closure, for healing. Honor yourself, and anything from your past, let it go, close it, learn from it, so that as you're moving forward, you can really focus on your priorities, what's really important to you, and really, honor your path, really come into that energy, that feeling of being at home, okay? Because as you continue, it's just going to keep progressing. It's our soul is abundance. It is pure abundance. So as we attune more to it, we become more abundant in that which is home to us, if that makes any sense. Yeah, and with King Solomon here, devoting time to your highest priorities, even if it means that you change up your schedule a little bit, you get up earlier, you go to bed later, anything that you're really excited about that just makes you feel like you, prioritize it in your life, okay? Make it a priority for you, because that is going to solidify your, your soul, your authentic self and energy even more. It's just going to allow it to grow and grow. And you'll feel good, when you put the time and energy in and you complete something, or you are able to work with whatever it is that is important to you, you will feel so good. And that's going to, strengthen your sense of home. So whatever obstacles come your way, don't give up. If you make mistakes, great. That means you're learning. That means you're doing something. That means you're, moving forward. And you'll move around obstacles, you'll go over them, you'll, whatever it is, like, but you are being guided home, okay? You are on the right path. You are seeing through all sorts of illusions, manipulations. You're not going there anymore. You've changed your perspective. Really listen to your intuition, okay? When you feel something deep in your intuition, especially, this is about moving forward. I feel like the way this is coming out, in order for you to really move forward, you are moving, you're set to go. This is like, whatever it is that you're feeling called by your intuition to communicate or express, you're being asked to do that. because it's okay to keep things within, right? But it's about knowing when to act on them, when the right time is. So hopefully this message affirms that now is the right time for you to do that. And the sooner you do, the sooner you're going to get home. Okay. And I love that it's the number 50, because that's the number 5 with the 0. Okay. 5 is change in the physical world with infinite potential. So it's like the all and the nothing, but it's infinite potential. It's all unlimited possibilities. Okay. And it's just absolutely beautiful. So I truly hope this reading resonated, this message resonated, and just, affirmed your own intuition. Okay. Always trust your intuition. Always, always. And especially if it's telling you to wait for a moment, do it, but when you feel the time is right, when you're just ready to let the past go and to really just move forward, it you need to communicate yourself. You need to express yourself in some way. You need to do something that allows you to let your past go, even if it's just writing a letter. Write a letter and burn it at the end, and with your intentions of letting it go, and give it to the universe. Give it to the universe, because everything we put out comes back to us, everything. And the universe is really great at helping us transmute things that aren't serving us. So if you can communicate with the person or the situation, wonderful. And if you can't, you still can. You do it with the universe, okay? And that's going to unveil the next steps in your path to returning home, okay? So thank you for your time and energy. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, for being here with me. And please check out my Patreon page if you feel called. I'm going to be sharing a lot over there, and I'd be super honored to have you join us. So with that, thank you again. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time. All my love. Crystal Lynn, peace out.